What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to Pain to Purpose Tribe TV. Yay! And so, this is our first episode of Pain to Purpose Tribe TV. And of course, like I explained last week, for every person that watched the video, thanks for watching. I explained that Pain to Purpose Tribe is about us moving from a place of pain and a place of limitations of our past to our epic purpose, to actually achieving our purpose in 2020 and not just in 2020, but for the rest of our lives. So today we're going to be talking about how how to stop staying stuck in the past. How can I stop being stuck in the past? I'm sure a lot of us can identify with this. Most of the time we feel that we go through things, we go through situations, and we don't realize that we keep repeating the same old thing to ourselves. We keep telling ourselves, no, I didn't get this because, I didn't get that because, I didn't become this because, they didn't pick me because of something that happened in the past. These people that didn't even pick you, they didn't even know, they were not even privy at all to the knowledge of what you went through in the past. But because you know that story, you keep telling yourself every single time something bad happens to you that it's because of something that happened in the past. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about how can we actually stop being stuck in the past? How can we let go of the past? How can we really move on into the amazing purpose that God has for us? Okay, so 6 ways. I know you're going to say, okay, fine, you come up with your 6 ways. Yes, I have come back with my 6 ways. Don't worry, it won't always be 6 ways. Sometimes it might not be ways, sometimes it might be something else. But today I'm going to just talk about 6 ways. Now, the first way that you can actually stop being stuck in the past is acknowledge. What do I mean by acknowledge? Acknowledge what part of your past you're even being stuck to. What part? Is it something that someone told you? Is it an abuse that you went through? Is it something that maybe like you got rejected for a job or you got rejected by an ex-boyfriend or you went through something so horrible with your husband who you might even be still be married to right now? But something that you went through in the past, you're still stuck on it. And you might not even realize what it is, but you just realize that every time something else comes up again, you keep replaying the same old message in your head. Like, take for example, I love Skinny Girl in Transit. I'm sure some of us love Skinny Girl in Transit. I actually didn't start watching it until late last year. Yes, I know, I can be dull, or I can roast, you know. When I started watching it, it was after I published Confessing with a Single Woman, and friends of mine kept telling me, "Oh my God, Ifan, you have to watch Skinny Girl in Transit." And so I said, "Okay, I'm going to watch it." And the last episode was season 6, episode 4. And when I was watching it, I realized Abimbola Craig. So Abimbola Craig was actually talking about how she had lost her baby. So she hadn't cried about it, and so she went into the toilet, she went into the bathroom to cry. And as she was crying, she was telling herself that you are fat. You're fat, and that is why your body rejected your baby. Now I was like, wow, what does being fat have to do with you're not being able, you're having a miscarriage? And miscarriages, a lot of my friends have actually had miscarriages. The first baby, most people have miscarriages the first time. For some people, yes, they're extremely lucky and extremely blessed and they have it, but most people have it. And I was just wondering, how exactly does, not being slim have, what does it have to do with your losing your baby? But the truth of the matter is that that was her story. That was someone probably told her when she was younger that you're fat, and because of that you can't get good men, or because of that you can't get a good job. And so whenever she goes through something that she's rejected, or maybe she like now she lost her baby, she keeps remembering that, oh, you are fat and that is why this is happening to you. So are you going through this kind of thing where you keep, maybe like you're married to an amazing spouse now, like she was even married to a really really amazing gorgeous spouse, but every time something happens she keeps replaying the same old line? For some women, I know that they are married to amazing guys, but every time they keep blaming the guy, unconsciously blaming the guy for the abuse that they went through in the past. And a friend of mine was telling me how a friend of his actually had not been able to enjoy her marriage because of the abuse that she went through in the past. So the first step is to acknowledge, what is that thing that you're even holding on to? What is that experience? It might not be one experience, it might be many experiences. But the first step is to acknowledge what that experience is. Okay, so you need to acknowledge what that experience is. Now, the second point is that, why do you want to move on? I know first you might be like, if I don't want to move on, wait, hold on. First, decide that you want to move on. And I know that because you have gotten to this point in the video, you're still looking at my face, then you want to move on. A part of you wants to move on. A part of you feels that, okay, it's time to move on. So why do you want to move on? What is waiting for you on the other side of this pain? What is waiting for you on the other side of your past? Is it an amazing marriage? Is it a beautiful job? Is it achieving your purpose? What is waiting for you? If you don't know, is it a rich, fulfilled life? If you don't write it down for yourself, what exactly is waiting for you on the other side, trust me, you will not be motivated enough to get to the other side. You will stay stuck in the past. For me, I had to realize that I wanted to achieve my purpose. And I also did not want to keep getting hurt every single time. Every time I meet this guy, oh, because of this, oh, because of that. Every time I keep playing the same old stories in my head. I had to realize for myself that I wanted a different story. I wanted a different experience with men. I wanted a different life. And also, I even wanted a different experience in my purpose. I wanted to get to the point where I could actually be bold enough to sit down here and talk to you on video and not keep replaying the same old story. Or you find you're not pretty, or you find you're too skinny, or you find you're not... I just stop replaying that same story in my head. And so I got to the point where I realized, no, a better life is waiting for me on the other side. An amazing marriage, not married yet, but yes, definitely an amazing marriage. An amazing life, my purpose, my life, my family, a richer, fulfilled life where I don't keep blaming myself every single time for everything that happens. And so number 2 is, why do you want to move on? What is waiting for you on the other side? That is the second thing that you need to answer for yourself. And so number 3 is, forgive. I know you're going to say, if you talk about forgiveness a lot, I'm actually looking forward to doing a whole video on forgiveness, because most of the time we talk about forgiveness and we don't actually go into the nitty-gritty of how we can actually forgive. Forgive. And not just forgive the person that hurt you or the people that hurt you. Maybe you went through a gang rape, so there might be more than one person that you need to forgive. Forgive yourself. Yes, forgive yourself. It's not your fault. It's not your fault that you went through what you went through. It's time to forgive yourself. So forgive yourself and forgive all the people that hurt you. Let it go. Let the bitterness go. Let the hate go. Let the anger go. That is number 3. Number 4 is, after you have forgiven yourself, what is your story? What lessons have you learned? Write down every single lesson that you've learned from this experience. I know it's a painful experience. I know it's a very, very painful experience. But what lesson did you learn? And most importantly, what new story are you going to tell yourself? You choose to tell your story. I love Elevation Church, and I was listening to Pastor Stephen Furtick last Sunday, and he was talking about how you choose to tell your story. You choose the story that you tell. Is it going to be an empowering story, or is it going to be a defeating story? You choose to tell your story. You choose to see what perspective. You choose the perspective that you're going to see your experience from. Do you decide that you're going to see your experience based on, yes, I went through this, but now I have the opportunity to sit down here and talk to you guys about it? Do you see yourself? Do you see that experience from the perspective of, yes, I went through it, but God brought me through it? Do you see it from the experience of, yes, I went through this, but now I have an amazing husband, and I appreciate my husband more because of what I went through. I appreciate my children more. I'm able to become a better mother. I'm able to become a better mother because of what I went through. I'm able to be a better boss. I'm able to be a better person because now I'm more compassionate, because I know people do go through hell. But you choose to tell your story. You choose to tell the story that you want to tell. You choose to see things from whatever perspective that you choose. So I want you to decide today to tell yourself an empowering story. I'm loved. I went through this, but I've come through it amazingly well. Let me say I am doing well. I've come through it and I'm good. God brought me through this and I am whole. I am happy. I have great friends. I have a great life. And that's the story that you choose to tell yourself. That's number 4. Now, number 5 is, I always say this, let go of people that are keeping you in the past. If you're still holding on to an ex-boyfriend, sweetheart, let him go. He's keeping you in the past. If you're still holding on to friends that keep reminding you of who you used to be, let them go. If it's even your job, that you have somebody there that you dated and you've not been able to let go of, please, it's time to leave that job and move on to another place, to a much better place. But the most important thing is let go of the people that are keeping you in your past. Let go of the people that keep reminding you, oh, you used to be this, or you used to be that. Or they might just make just annoying comments that remind you of where you used to be. Let them go. Cut them off. And if it's your family members, I'm sorry, reduce your relationship, reduce the time that you spend with them, even, and tell them, I've let this thing go and it's time for you also to let it go. And if they still are not ready to let it go, then reduce the time that you spend with them, because at the end of the day, you matter, you count. Okay, so number 5 is let go of every single person that's keeping you in the past. Number 6, I love this one. I love this one because I used to struggle with it. I was always thinking futuristic. What's in my future? Where am I going to know? But number 6 is live in the moment. Life is beautiful. It's your perspective. You can choose to see life as hard. You can choose to see life as beautiful. You can choose to see life as tough. Or you can choose to see life as this amazing variety of experiences that we have the opportunity of going through. So, those are my 6 ways, guys. Those are my 6 amazing ways on how you can let go of your past. Let it go. Stop being stuck in it. If any of these ways resonated with you, I would love to hear it. I would love to hear about it. Please comment, leave a comment in the comments below, and just let me know what resonated with you. Do you also feel like, yes, you've been stuck in the past and it's time for you to move on? What is your vision? What is that thing that you're looking at, that you're saying that, yes, it's time for me to move on and this is what is waiting for me on the other side? Write it down, leave a comment, and commit yourself to that thing. Commit yourself to that, and definitely it's going to help you to move on. And so until we see next week, guys, love you guys. Until we see next week, don't let your pain stop you from achieving your purpose. Love you guys. Bye.